You can't hold me down. 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 You can't hold me.
Hey guys, I wanted to go ahead and share you guys what my dump trailer service contract is. Uh, I'm being a little proactive here. I'm getting a dump trailer next month, so I'm going to head and kind of come up with a contract and pick out what my price is going to be and all that stuff. So I'm in the research process, and I came across that I couldn't find too many uh, dump trailer, dump rental, dump service contracts out there. I think I found two when I was Google, and they were both for containers. So I did nitpick a couple of those out of there and put it in mine. I might have reworded stuff a little different, but majority of this contract I had to come up with my own, try to word it, and then a lot of it actually came from the landfill with their restrictions and fees and stuff like that. So keep in mind when you guys are making your guys' contract that you guys may have to pull some of that stuff from your actual landfill and get those fees and rates and what they accept and what they don't, and have that also in your guys' contract. But I did want to help everyone else on kind of the stuff, get it out there, let you guys see what kind of stuff I'm at least putting in there. Again, I'm not in this business, I haven't been in this business, but I kind of think of what I think kind of needs to be in this contract, so I'm putting it in there. If you guys see something that I'm missing and think should be in there, put it down in the comments. I'm open for your guys' critique, and you guys can debate on what needs to be in there, what's not. If you guys just came here to see what's in the rental contract, go ahead and skip forward to where I'm actually talking about the contract, and I'm going and listening out the numbers and reading it. This is just going to be added information for viewers that are watching on why I decided to go ahead and do a dump trailer service rental contract. And again, I try to say that this is a service and not a rental. They're not renting the trailer, they're renting my service. So the trailer doesn't really, I wanted to more look at it like the trailer isn't in their possession. They're not allowed to use it, move it, do anything like that. That's part of my service that I provide. I leave the trailer there, let them fill it, and then I remove it. So I'm trying to focus on this contract as being a service and not a trailer rental. So let's talk about why I went with this and why I'm doing a contract. When I started looking at dump trailers, it's because I have a dump truck and I've had it for several years, and it's saved me quite a bit of money. So I don't want to give up uh, having a dump trailer, dump truck. So I have a dump truck right now, and it's an older truck, and it's always giving me problems, always breaking down, always having something going on with it. So I came to the point that I needed to get a dump trailer instead, and it's going to be nice just having one truck to maintenance and do all that stuff that I can pull around. So now that I need it for my tractor and my own dumping and taking trash to the landfill, my own personal needs, I decided to get a dump trailer. Then what happened is after I'm doing research and all that stuff, I'm realizing that I have a half-ton truck and I should probably upgrade that truck to a 3/4 ton, because I was really getting this truck for personal use, or this trailer. And now my problem is that I'm thinking I need a larger truck, and I'm looking at prices, and prices of trucks are not really a smiley face. So even 20-year-old trucks are going for $10,000 to $20,000. 10-year-old trucks are still in the 30, 40,000, and anything newer than 10 years old, I mean, they're even like a couple years, like a year or two old, they're in the 50, 60,000. Some of them up in the 80,000 range. So this is where like that. This is crazy because right now I'm not needing a new truck. I'm not looking for a new truck. But if I'm going to be pulling this trailer, and let's say someone puts 3 tons, 5 tons of stuff in there, I need a bigger truck. So now I'm kind of at the place where I want the trailer, but at the same time it's going to be forcing me into a larger truck, and now I'm not really wanting to pay all that payments. So since I already have the dump trailer, I'm going to go open it up and maybe even create a side hustle on the side, renting my services to people, of taking that, loading that trailer up and taking it to landfill when I'm not using it. And that hopefully will help me pay for this truck. Right now, I don't even know when I'm going to be able to get the truck, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and get ready to start renting it until I can upgrade to a larger truck. All right, before I jump into this contract, I want to let you guys know I did try to distinguish this from a dump trailer service contract than a dump trailer rental. I look at it as I'm not renting the trailer to them, but I'm renting my service of bringing the trailer, letting them fill it up, and then me taking it and disposing of it for them. So this isn't a dump trailer rental where they actually can take the trailer in their possession and move it and do what they want with. I think that's going to help if any, for some reason, let's say I have a customer that actually steals the trailer, or hopefully it'll keep them from moving it around the property or moving it anywhere else. Because some of these people, that's where a lot of damages is going to come from the trailer, is when you let the customers actually move the trailer themselves. So I did try to focus on that a little bit and how I was wording stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this with number one. Customer agrees to pay base fee for the 16-foot dump trailer, which includes up to 2 tons of materials, as well as any overages incurred due to overloading or additional days requested by the customer. The dump trailer base fee includes up to 2 tons. However, due to strict weight limitations and associated dump fees, any additional materials will be billed at a $50 per ton above 2 tons. Base fee includes 1 dump. Additional dump adds another base fee per each dump. So in this, you're gonna have to figure out what your base fee is. And I went ahead and put, instead of yards, I used a 16-foot dump trailer because that's actually what I'm using. And my dump trailer doesn't list what its yards is, and we can guess on it, but I didn't want to do that in case there is ever any question on what a customer is actually renting. So at least I know that they're renting a 16-foot dump trailer because that's what this trailer is. So I went ahead and left it that way instead of putting it in yards. You know, we can guess at what it is. And also, I'm also going to be renting the trailer with sides and without sides. I think right now the trailer I got is 2 feet high sides, and I'm probably going to be adding 2 feet to it, but I'll be adding or removing those sometimes. So it'll still be a 16-foot dump trailer, but the amount of yards to fit in it could change. So I did want to keep it that way. This also is pretty much saying anything over 2 tons, the customer will still be billed per ton over the 2 tons. And then the additional dumps will add another base fee. So even though you're getting the rental for 2 days, let's say that first day you get it filled up and needs dumped, that will be your base fee. And then if you have more stuff, I bring it back and you fill it up. When I dump it, that's another base fee. So even though it's 2 days rental, that's just giving you the time to fill it up, but it only includes 1 dump. So for example, if you needed 2 dumps in that same day, it'll be 2 base fees. Number 2, the customer is responsible for any additional fees assessed by the landfill for certain items not approved in dumpster. Refer to items not approved and additional charges. Many items are accepted but must be sorted out separately and have special item prices for landfill to take items. This is pretty much saying that if I take your stuff and I get there and there's stuff in the dumpster that the landfill does not take, I'm obviously not going to take it. I can't accept it, and I'll be taking it back pretty much to the customer. Or they're going to be paying the fees. For example, I get there and I dump it and I see 2 tires in there. Those tires, they're not accepted in the landfill, and the landfill takes it for a charge, so I have to bill them their item charges. Content regulation. Customer is fully responsible for the entire contents of the dumpster trailer and is the rightful owner of the dump trailer's contents until the container is dumped and the contents accepted by the prospective disposal facility. So again, this is playing into that part that the dumpster, all the materials inside of it is still the customer's. So for example, if I get to the landfill and there's stuff in it that they're not going to take, they're not going to let me dump it. So that possession is still the customer's, and I'm going to take it back to them. Also, if I get pulled over and let's say there's any illegal stuff in there, and let's say the cops or the Highway State Patrol is wanting to know whose that stuff is. It's the customers, not mine. 4. The dump trailer service includes use for up to 2 days. If the dump trailer is kept longer than 2 days, there will be an additional fee of $25 a day. So I picked the day of 2 days. That should get most people that's going to be renting this enough time to fill that dumpster up for me to take it. I think anything over that time is a little too long, and then I'm having that dumpster set there and pretty much not be making any money any longer than that, and then it's pretty much not worth it for me to actually keep it there and let the customer keep it without at least charging a fee. And honestly, it's on better not to even let them keep it a daily rate like that. But I still think most people are going to get that filled up within that 2 days and let you get a dump. So if they need it longer than that, they're going to be going into another base fee, which gives them another 2 days. And that'll also help hopefully keep them from, not renting it and think they can leave it there for a whole week. So you do have to put limits on it. 5. Payment for all base fees as well as any known additional items will be due upon delivery of the dump trailer. Any additional fees due to overweight or other fees not paid upon delivery are due within 14 days of container pickup. This pretty much says that that base fee, when I drop that container or the dump trailer off, that base fee needs to be paid then, so I don't have to deal with it after they got it loaded up. And then also it's going to help me from getting burned from people not paying. And then I've already paid for gas and the dump fees and my services and my equipment being used without getting paid, and then trying to get the money amount from them. This is just going to help keeping those costs low. For example, right now I could still get burned on, let's say, additional weight or anything like that, but at least that's going to be smaller than several $100s that I'm going to be burned on. So I think that is something that most people should probably want and keep that in their lease. I definitely want that paid before I even pick it up, because again, I don't want to show up and then have, like, for example, let's say I have them pay on pickup. I don't want to show up and have my container completely full and then them not wanting to pay, and then I'm going to have to sit there. I've already wasted maybe a day or 2 days letting them load it that I'm not using it, and then I'm going to have to sit there and dump their stuff right there. So hopefully that'll keep any of those kind of issues from happening. 6. Any unpaid balance after 14 days will start to accrue 15% interest from the date of dump trailer pickup until paid in full. There will be a minimum of a $25 late fee. So I wanted to have this in there just to help, keep people hopefully paying on time and getting it paid in that 14 days before they could be assessed a $25 late fee. Most of this stuff like this, I'm probably not going to enforce unless it gets kind of crazy and I'm having a lot of problems. Also, I'm trying to get paid up front, so hopefully these will be smaller amounts, but this might not be enforced too often if people pay, let's say they go on the 15th day or 16th day. It really is going to come down to the customer and how they're acting about it. 7. You will not place or allow to be placed into the dump trailer without prior approval liquids of any kind, whether contained or not, cans, drums, or other containers of any kind, unless emptied and crushed and incapable of carrying any liquid. Medical waste or animal carcasses of any kind, any materials not listed above, however considered unsuitable for containment, e.g., malodorous waste, asbestos, paint, tires, gas bottle, vehicle batteries, household appliances such as not limited to refrigerators, conventional ovens, microwave ovens, washer dryer. So this is pretty much coming from the landfill. Like I said, they have restrictions. They don't allow any of this stuff going into the landfill. So I had to also make it where I'm not going to allow any of that stuff going into the trailer. On top of that, I am going to be taking some of this stuff. I have it listed below, but this also, again, most of it is coming from the landfill. They're not going to accept any kind of liquids, medical waste, even any of those like large metal appliances they don't take. They actually have a fee for those, for like refrigerators and ovens. I don't have it in my contract that I'm going to charge for it because I'm going to pick those up separately and remove them for them and probably not have any type of charge just because the recycling place I can take in and have it crushed and they may pay for it. So Number 8, metal appliances and car batteries cannot be mixed in with landfill items. Please set those items aside and let us know. Metal items are recycled at a different location. We will pick up metal items separately, possibly with no charge or fees. So again, I just want them separated so I don't have to do that. And also, I'm probably not going to be charging them the weight or anything. I'll just come back and pick that up. Or I can put that stuff, if there's still room in the trailer, I can put it on last and go ahead and drop that off and then take the rest of it to the landfill. Tires, special items are not allowed into dump trailer. Tires have special item rates. Car and light truck tires, $10 each. Car and light truck tire on rim, $12 each. Tractor tire, $50 each. Semi tire, $17 each. Semi tire on rim, $21 each. So for tires, the landfill does take them. They just don't take it in the actual landfill. And they charge per tire for those. So I had to go ahead and include that into my lease on what I'm currently charging based off of what they're charging. They also do it with electronic waste. So number 10, electronic waste or e-waste, special items, is not allowed into dump trailers. Electronic waste have special item rates. Non-console TVs with pictures and with picture tubes, $14 each. Console TVs, $22 each. Computer monitors with tube, CRT, $14 each. Large printers, fax, copiers on casters, $17 each. So again, most of these I'm just taking right from the landfill website and just including it into my lease. Special or 11, special item fee charges must be paid before during pickup or they will not be taken. So if I show up and I already know that there's, let's say, 5 tires, I'm going to go ahead before I take those. I want those paid for before I actually take them. That's pretty much what it's saying. If I take the trailer and they're hidden in the dumpster, those are still going to be charged to them. I just don't know about them yet, but if I see them before I take, I am going to be wanting that money up front. Number 12, all contents shall remain within the confines of the dump trailer and shall not exceed the top or sides. Every attempt shall be taken to equally disperse the weight of the contents within the dumpster. So that's just pretty much saying that we need to keep the stuff inside the dumpster and not have it over the top or anything like that. And if they can, keep it even, just so I can, it'll be better for me pulling down the road and also to dump the contents. 13, customers shall be liable for any loss or damages to equipment in excess of reasonable wear and tear. So this is pretty much saying that they're going to be liable if they do any damage to the trailer. We're not talking about scrapes and little dings. This is a dump trailer. Of course, this trailer over time is going to get dinged up and scratched. So those things are not worried about. What this is more than much talking about is damages, like if you break a light, something like that. If you back into it, if you have someone loading stuff with a tractor or anything like that, and they drop it on the side, or they bend the sides, they damage some larger damaged stuff, is what this is talking about that the customer will be responsible for. 14, placement of dump trailer. Customer warrants and represents that any location provided by the customer for dump trailer is sufficient to bear the weight and size of the dump trailer and any vehicle required to transport dump trailer. Company shall not be responsible for any damages to pavement or any other road surfaces materials, lawns, fences, shrubbery, septic system, private well, or any other form of property damage. So even though this is a dump trailer and it's on wheels, hopefully it won't be causing too much damage since we have tires. But again, a customer may want me to pull it across the yard, so I don't want to be responsible for anything like that. Again, if someone is throwing all their stuff, let's say out of a kitchen window on the side of the house, and they want me to pull that dump trailer around to the side and go through the yard, I'll do that for them. But again, I'm not going to be responsible for any damages that they're actually having me drive over and drive through the yard or anything like that. So that's the reason why that's there. 15, required for pickup. Debris may not extend above the top rim of the dump trailer. The tarp must be able to roll completely over the top without obstruction. The end doors must closed, and secured. So this is pretty much saying that it needs to be confined below the top, the rail, down. That tarp needs to be able to go across the top and not have anything sticking out. So, I mean, this is just going to help us. We need to get this trailer on the road. We don't need to have stuff flying out. That tarp needs to be able to roll over it. Pretty much, if it's sticking out over the top and they just threw it over, it's not going to be my job to go there and try to remove some of that stuff. We're just going to dump it, or they need to fix it before we get there. But that's going to be required for us to pick up that trailer. 16. Customer expense. Consequences of violating regulations in the event that contents that are not allowed by this contract or any federal, state, parish, or city agency are disposed of. All costs, fines, penalties, or other actions taken for said disposal. The customer is fully responsible for any and all associated charges. Costs may include, but not limited to, cleanup, monitoring, legal fees, penalties, or any other charges associated with unauthorized material disposal. Materials may be returned to the customers at customer's expense. So what this is pretty much talking about, I know it happens at the landfill. I've never seen it happen, but I've read on it. Let's say I take a load there and I actually dump it in the landfill, and they find out that there's contaminations and all that stuff. They're going to find me, and I'm going to pass that stuff on to the customers. They have charges of like $200 if you do this, and other places they also have other charges. So if I ever get anything like that happen, those are obviously going to go pass on to the customers. They're going to be responsible for those costs. They also had cleanup costs, several other things. I'm guessing this could include, let's say I'm driving it down the road and they put some kind of liquid in there that's contaminated, and let's say it's leaking out across the road as I drive to the landfill, and they actually have to come and clean it up. All those costs are going to be passed on to them. And again, let's say I get there and they have tires in there. Again, I'm going to charge them also for those tires and anything else in there. 17. If customer violates anything within this lease, contents of dump trailer may be dumped and left at service location without a refund. So this is pretty much saying if I get there and they have stuff that's in it, let's say, I don't know, they just have stuff that I'm not allowed to take, or let's say that it's over the top of the thing where I can't get the tarp down or anything like that. At this point, I'm not going to sit there and argue with them and debate on taking it or not. I'm just going to go ahead and dump it. And if they've already given me a refund, I'm going to go ahead and keep it because they've already paid for that time that dumpster has sat there. They also understands this lease. I'm going to go over through each of these steps with them and make sure they know it. And I'm also going to have them also put their initials beside each number. So they will understand that they have to follow these regulations of this contract, or I'm not taking it, and we will dump it wherever I go to pick up that trailer. So I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be risking my time and trying to get that materials to the landfill with getting fines and other stuff and driving unsafe. 18. Permits, approval, and fees. Customers shall be responsible for obtaining all necessary permits and approvals and paying all fees that may be incurred in conjunctions therewith. I didn't think this was super important because I don't know if I'm not in an area where they require permits for dump trailers to be there, but I'm guessing that there is some HOAs and other cities that you might have permits to go and do this kind of stuff. But I went ahead and thought that it was probably needed just in case that ever is a problem, and I threw it in here. 19. Yard Patrol, LLC. That's a company that I'm going to be using. I used to have a lawn care business several years ago, and I still have it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same LLC for this dump trailer service. So Yard Patrol, LLC maintains the right to enter upon premises where the dump trailer may be without notice and take possession of and remove it at the customer's expense, all within legal process. The customer hereby waiving any claims for damages from any such entry or removal. So this is pretty much like if they have the trailer there and now they're, let's say, refusing to let me get it, or there's some kind of dispute with any of this stuff, let's say I show up and say that that's over full, that we're not going to take it, and now they're refusing for me to get in there and actually take the trailer, I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyways, and they could be billed if there's any kind of other charges, or let's say they cost any costs that pertains to this. 20. This is not a trailer rental, but a trailer dump service. Customers cannot hook up or move trailer around property or to any other location. Dump trailer must remain where it is placed. If you need it moved, let us know and we should be able to move it for you. So again, I don't want them hooking up the trailer. They could be damaging it. I don't want them using the dump. I don't want to have them using the hydraulic system. I want to keep that all out of the customer's use, because again, you get customers that don't know what they're doing, and it's also it's not their equipment, so they're not going to take care of it. They don't care about it. And believe me, this is huge when you get into the rental stuff. You just have a lot of wear and tear, a lot more when other people are using stuff. They back up the trailer, they run into the house, they jackknife it, just I don't want to have any of that issues. So I'm really making it clear that this is not a trailer rental, but they're renting my service, which requires the dump trailer to sit there, but it's not for them to actually move the trailer about. 21. Please keep in mind, Simcoe Landfill in Richland, Iowa is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Closed on Sundays, holidays, and severe weather conditions. Our services have to work around their hours for us to be able to dump contents of trailer. So I just wanted to put that in there because they're not open all the time. So sometimes I'm not allowed to take it there. So it's just giving the customers a warning of the hours that the landfill is operation. And again, there also will be times with this contract, I might have to write something in there because maybe, let's say it's going to be brush, so the fees will change, and then I may just write up whole other contracts with that and have them saved. So if it's a brush removal, or let's say they're wanting just a load of tires, like let's say some place has 100 tires and they just want to load those up, they're going to pay per tire and take it in. But then on that one, they're not going to have, the landfill fee. They're just going to have the per tire fee and then what my costs are to take it to the landfill. So this contract may have several other contracts that I might write separately, but this is the main one for taking trash into the landfill for customers to just fill it up with random yard and garage materials, along with like any basement clean outs or even a small remodel or large remodel even. This is going to be for more than that, for the stuff that goes into the landfill. So here at the bottom, I'm going to have the customer is going to print their name, agree to all the above terms and conditions, and then customer is going to sign it and date it, and then it's either going to be me or someone else that's going to be driving the truck to pick up the trailer is going to be signing and dating here. So again, this is what I have right now. It may change before I actually start doing it, or it can change at any time if I think something else is needed, but this is what I have right now. You guys, again, are welcome to use this or any part of this lease. Just type it up on your own. And again, if you guys have any other comments about it or something that you think I may need, go ahead and leave it in the comments.
Girl might want to see this.
He's gonna get his ass fucked. That's the boy does. He's gonna get your ass whooped.